Hey guys, so this is going to be a spoiler review of last night in Soho. The reason this is going to be a spoiler because I have a few kind of things, like the main thing, it kind of gives away the plot. But anyway, so this is about a girl called Elisa. I believe it's Elisa, and basically she wants to be a fashion designer when she grows up, and she applied for a fashion designing school in London, and she gets through. At the current moment, she is living with her grandma because unfortunately her mother dies. So at the minute, her grandma's like she's worried she's not going to be able to cope, that sort of thing. But she's, she says she is. This is what she wants. So yeah. So when she gets into university, I was like all like universities and stuff, or school, or whatever you want to call it. They have dorms, and she doesn't fit in the dorms. Um, her what do you call it? Because it's not a flatmate, roommate. Her roommate is basically a bitch, and she just doesn't feel comfortable. They basically take the mick because she basically loves a lot of like the 60s kind of era sort of thing, and she dresses a little bit like that. She listens to that music and everything, so she's like, I can't deal with this. So she decides to rent a room from this woman. Now during the time seeing this woman, when she goes to sleep, she has these dreams, and these dreams she basically this is what makes this film unique, sort of thing. She's able to I don't know how it works. I'm going into detail, like how she's able to do this, but in her dream, she's transported to the 60s, where she encounters this woman called Sandy, and in these sort of dreams, it's a cross between she's her to she's kind of just watching. But Sandy's this girl who wants to be a singer, and basically she gets tricked by this guy called Jack into prostitution, basically. And obviously she's seeing this and she's like, what is happening? It gets darker because what happens is now she's seeing these apparitions, not in her sleep, when she's out and about. So there's that. So it kind of like crosses over. She ends up seeing this guy, which is a little bit of a creep, which she thinks is Jack. Basically, she thinks this thing's actually happened. And this woman, Sandy, used to live in this flat. That's why she can kind of see anything. Now, onto the plot and everything, or the full thing. I mean, I did say with spoilers. The person she's renting this flat is actually Sandy. So the weird thing is, not near the end, but it turns out that it looks like Jack killed Sandy, but it turns out it's actually the other way around. Sandy killed Jack, and she killed all those men that obviously that she kind of brought over. So instead of like doing what she was supposed to do, she actually killed. Well, she probably did, but then killed them at the same time. But so near the end, she's seeing these kind of like ghost premises, like ghost sort of thing of all these men. You can't actually see their faces until the very, very end. So she's like, okay, I'm gonna go to the police because Sandy's dead. Clearly, you know, she wants my help, which gets the weird bit about this film, because obviously, as I said, it turns out that Sandy's alive. Sandy is the woman she's renting the room to. So it's kind of a weird one. So basically, the men she killed are all kind of buried under the floorboards and in the walls of this freaking house. Yeah, that's just, yeah, okay. So were the ghosts in the end trying to show her, but kind of showing Sandy's point of view, or she just got this kind of ability because it shows at the beginning of the film that she can see her dead mother sometimes in mirrors. So I don't know, is she just prone to seeing kind of ghosts or stuff? It's kind of a weird, it kind of turns into a ghost film, but then you kind of think, why did those like men show her that Jack killed Sandy when it was the other way around? It was a bit weird. That one I'm like, why should, okay, like, does she just have some weird ability, or, you know, or is it generally just a ghost thing? I don't know, but I know kind of like sometimes houses where bad things have happened kind of, it's kind of like a gateway. I don't know, but it kind of turns into kind of a ghost kind of story. But either way, Elisa kind of understands, and at the very very end you do see the faces of all those men. But you know, I mean, it's an interesting movie. It's actually very interesting movie. I do like how they switch to kind of the 60s and stuff. That's the kind of unique sort of thing. I think it is kind of like a ghost film, but they've done it in a very, well, Edgar, I think it's Edgar Wright who directed it, did it in a very, very unique way. So it's not just your typical ghost story sort of thing. But yeah, I enjoyed it, and I do like the visuals, the way where she was seeing these kind of visions when she was starting to see them when she was awake and not just asleep. I liked how they did that as well. It kind of made her look a little bit crazy at the same time as well. But yeah, overall, I did enjoy it. It's a very unique film. I was meant to see this in a cinema, but in the end, I ended up like missing out and stuff. And then I saw it to rent, and you know what? People were saying it's really good, so I thought, you know what, I'm gonna see that. But other than that little bit that is annoying me because it doesn't really answer the question as to why she was able to do that, or if it was just kind of like a gateway because a lot of things have happened in the house, and it's that's the only thing that kind of is like, I want to know why she could do that. But yeah, if I still rate this movie out of 10, I'd give it a 7.5. It is a solid film. I did really enjoy it. But yeah, that is it for this review. So bye guys.